Ever feel like you're just spinning your wheels studying? You put in hours and hours, but nothing really sticks? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you there's a much smarter way to do this? Today, we're going to break down a science-backed system that'll help you learn way more effectively and honestly, with a whole lot less stress.
Oh yeah, we've all been there. You're staring at a textbook, your eyes are starting to glaze over, and the words just aren't sinking in. It's exactly like running on a treadmill, right? You're putting in all this effort, sweating it out, but you're not actually going anywhere. The real question is, you're putting in the hours, sure, but are they the right kind of hours?
And look, this isn't just some feeling you have. It's not just in your head. This is a real, widespread problem, and we've got the data to prove it. 48%. Think about that for a second. That's how many high school students aren't getting the sleep they're supposed to. We're talking nearly half. This goes way beyond just feeling a little tired. This is a full-blown crisis, and it's hitting the very foundation of how we learn.
And all of this leads us straight into what I like to call the modern study struggle. It's a constant battle for our focus in a world that's just designed to distract us. And believe me, it has some very real, very measurable consequences.
So, when we're running on fumes like this, our ability to do what the author Cal Newport calls deep work, that super focused, no distractions allowed kind of work, it just completely tanks. Our thinking gets sluggish, we can't remember stuff as well, and that mental fatigue, it hits us way faster. Suddenly, every single notification on your phone feels like a huge deal. This is the heart of the problem we're all facing.
So what do we do? How do we fight back against all this? Well, we start with a tool. A really powerful technique that's designed specifically to help you manage your time and, even more importantly, your attention.
Okay, it's called the Pomodoro technique. It was actually developed way back in the late 1980s by a guy named Francesco Cirillo. And the idea is just brilliantly simple. You basically work in these focused 25-minute sprints. He called them Pomodoros. And then you take short breaks in between. See, it's not about working longer. It's all about making the time you are working incredibly efficient.
And here's how easy it is to do. First, you just pick one thing you need to get done, just one. Then, you set a timer for 25 minutes and you make a deal with yourself. No interruptions, no phone, no other tabs. When that timer dings, you stop and take a 5-minute break. Do that 4 times, and then you've earned a longer break, like 15 to 30 minutes, to really recharge. It's this simple rhythm that's designed to keep your brain fresh and totally locked in.
And this isn't just some productivity guru's nice idea. This stuff is actually backed by data. A study looked at students who used structured breaks, like in the Pomodoro technique, versus those who just took breaks whenever they felt like it. The difference was huge. The structured group, they reported a 20% drop in mental fatigue and a 20% boost in their own focus. So yeah, that structure, it's clearly the secret sauce.
All right, so now we have this amazing technique, right? It's like we've just installed a high-performance engine for our focus. But even the best engine in the world is totally useless without the right kind of fuel. And that's where the other half of this whole equation comes into play.
So now, let's talk about the biological side of things. Let's talk about the brain's essential fuel. This is all about the sleep and nutrition that actually power that cognitive engine we just built. Let's just start with a statistic that is honestly staggering. A 2024 study found that a whopping 64% of students rarely or never eat breakfast. Just let that sink in for a moment. Nearly 2/3 of students are trying to get through a full day of learning with their brains running on an empty tank. It's wild.
And the science on this could not be clearer. This quote from the research really just spells it out. Skipping breakfast is directly linked to poor academic performance. This isn't a maybe or a sometimes. It is a consistent finding again and again across multiple studies. Fueling your brain isn't just a nice idea. It's absolutely non-negotiable for high performance. Okay, now for the other critical fuel, sleep. And this chart, it's genuinely alarming. Like we mentioned earlier, almost half of students are not getting enough. But just look at the breakdown here. You've got 19% getting less than 5 hours. Then another 29% are only getting 5 to 6. That is a massive, massive sleep debt that directly torpedoes your ability to learn.
And the price you pay for that debt is incredibly steep. When you don't get enough sleep, it directly messes with your attention and your brain's ability to do something called memory consolidation, which is literally the process of making what you learn stick. It tanks your problem-solving skills, and, as the research shows over and over, it leads straight to lower grades and even more missed days of school.
Okay, so let's recap. We've got the engine,
That's the Pomodoro technique. And we've got the fuel, that's proper sleep and nutrition. Now it's time to put them together and build the complete system for studying smarter, not just harder.
Just look at this side by side. On one hand, you've got the experience we all know too well, right? Unfocused study sessions, those afternoon energy crashes, total burnout, and then you forget everything anyway. But when you combine a powerful technique with the right biological fuel, everything changes. You get that deep focus, you have sustained energy all day, and the learning is actually effective. It sticks.
Here's the main takeaway. The single most important thing to remember from all of this. It's simple. You can have the best, most clever study method in the entire world, but your technique is only as good as the energy you bring to it. They are two sides of the exact same coin. One without the other is just an incomplete strategy. It won't work.
Now, I know this might sound like a lot to change all at once, but it really doesn't have to be. The most effective way to get started is just by focusing on one thing, your very first step.
Seriously, you don't need to completely overhaul your entire life overnight. The beautiful thing about this system is that the smallest, most consistent change can make the biggest difference down the line. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just pick one thing. Start there.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Forget about tomorrow, forget about next week. Right now, today, what is one task, just one, that you can commit 25 minutes of pure, uninterrupted focus to? What will be your first Pomodoro? Start right there, and you've already taken the first step to studying smarter.